Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultra
Make it 4 straight victories for the Cincinnati Bearcats. It is a fun time to root for UC football, and no better place than right here on Bearcats All Access. I'm your host, Marshall Kramsky. Cincinnati coming off their biggest win in almost 2 decades, taking down number 14 Iowa State at Nippert Stadium. The fans rushed the field, and it was a blast. Coming up, though, UCF. It's a big test for this Bearcats team to see if they can advance to 5-1 and 3-0 in Big 12 play. On Bearcats All Access, I sit down with head coach Scott Satterfield in our Coaches Spotlight, sponsored by Alta Fiber. Bearcats All Access starts right now. Coach, congrats, another win. What was your biggest takeaway from Iowa State?
Well, I think probably the biggest takeaway was how we came out and started the game. I think what we did throughout the week in our preparation, man, it really paid off. Offensively, it's probably as good as we've ever played, maybe in the first half. Running, throwing, we scored on every possession. Defense kind of fed off of that as well, kept getting the ball back to us. So I just love the way we started. Obviously, I'd like to be better in the second half, but I think the way we started, it was enough for us to get the victory.
When you look at this offense from at least an outside perspective, it doesn't look like there's a hole right now. What can you work on offensively to even try to bring it to the next level?
Well, I think probably, we have a couple of things that we're not doing great in. Number one, I think, is probably third down. I think to our standard, we're a little bit below average in that regard. To our credit, we hadn't been in as many third downs, which is good. We've been a big first and second down team this year. The turnover that we had Saturday was obviously a big disappointment. We have to, in order to be the way we want to be, we have to take care of the football in this league. We did that at the Kansas game. We didn't in this Iowa State game. And I think, that play right there could have cost us a game. There was another time we put the ball on the ground. We were able to get it back. But, we have to take care of the football, and I think that's the one thing that we harp on each and every week, so we got to get better at that.
The running back tandem is so fun to watch so far this season. What is it about the way those two complement each other that they're able to be successful?
I think for them it starts in practice. I think they're competing in practice. I think the more they do in practice and how they finish runs in the practice as showing up in the games. What really both of them did in this past weekend was incredible. It's a 1-2 punch, man. If one gets tired, the other one's coming in. He's going to give you a little something different. Pryor's going to be able to take it the distance. The other one's free beast mode. I mean, he's running through everybody. Taui is, he's already short and compact, very wide body. But what he showed Saturday, man, that's hard to stop.
I know I asked you about this after the game on Saturday, but these are 2 games you easily could have lost. And truthfully, the last 2 years, I think there are games you do lose. Now that you've had a little bit more time to think about it, why are you winning these games?
I think there's several reasons, but I think, it's just the type of men we have in our room. A lot of those guys have been through a lot. They've scored a lot. They lost a lot. Quite honestly, they learn from those things. We brought in some talent that can really help us, and I think you're starting to see that mix of guys that are hungry because they've been scarred, and then guys that are some influx in talent that are just ready to go. You put them together, and I think that's what we've been able to create. And you start looking at some of these playmakers and guys that have made plays for us on these last 2 weeks in particular. It's been great to see and fun to see, but you got to concentrate and bring it every single week to be able to make these plays.
What do you see on tape that UCS does well?
This is the fastest team we've played. Just overall, I mean, these guys can run. Outstanding running game. Miles Montgomery's a guy that played for us here. We know he can run. We've seen that. And he's shown it on film. The last 2 weeks, he's averaging over 100 yards in conference play. You look at defensively, I think, man, their defense is outstanding. They can really run on defense. There's not one person on the whole defense that can't run. We got to be able to practice throughout the week, anticipating the speed that they have, and really, play physical football. I think anytime you play a team that can really, really run, where we have to impose our will and play physical football.
In this week's sit-down, we dive into one of the strongest relationships in the Bearcats locker room. Star defensive lineman Dante Corleone and Senior Associate Athletic Director of Sports Medicine, Aaron Himmler. The two share a special bond. From game day preps to recovery sessions, we hear from both Aaron and Dante about how their relationship has grown through every challenge along the way and what it means to them to represent Cincinnati the right way.
How's it going? Aaron Himmler.
Sounds like Corleone. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Thanks for joining me today.
Of course.
I think the first time we had interaction might have been your actual physical day.
Well, I didn't have official.
You didn't?
Because it was COVID.
We took you without an official?
Yeah.
Man, what a gamble that was.
I know. Hurt my knee 2022.
22? Yeah, 22 season.
Yeah, I absolutely hated you for like
You did.
For like 6 months. Just being a young guy, not knowing better, like first career injury.
Right.
So just taking it all the wrong way, just not talking to you, Shell.
And I've told you this. Obviously, I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I think in some sick, twisted way, it was actually a good thing for you to experience the process of, on the backside of injury, the transformation that you made from date of injury, with your knee, through that process, an unbelievable amount of, growth out of you as a person, a football player that I think has, laid the groundwork for obviously who you are and who you become, and how. Important you become to the program for sure.
Before I got hurt, I don't think I did anything in the training room. So every summer, my childhood friend, I always try to play like some type, get cardio in at the same time, play basketball with him.
Right.
So for some reason, I just kept sitting down. I'm like, man, I do all this stuff with Nico. There's no way I should be out of
tired.
Yeah. But I felt something in my back, like just a little sharp pain. I'm like, okay, that's just normal. Next day went by, it transitioned to like my front portion of my side right here, and then still the back. I'm like, okay, I gotta go to Aaron or somebody. Not knowing how serious it was, that night, woke up, just couldn't breathe, just like 12 seconds, just could not breathe, just still confused. Somehow still went back to sleep, just thinking it was just a normal thing.
Right.
Then went back to you again, then we did like 4 or 5 scans in like 48 hours.
The night that you called me and you're like, I'm in like a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain, I also realized that you got a pretty darn high pain tolerance as well, and that just seemed off to me, you know what I mean? And I remember Dr. Klostermeyer, our radiologist, called me. He's like, you got to send him back. We got to do another round of imaging. Think we see something concerning his lung, but we got to definitely figure that out.
Like the face you made to me, like, brother, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And once you told me that, I'm like, I gotta put all my marbles into you, because I know you're not gonna leave me no wrong way. Just, I don't know how to like put it into words, man, because last year was hard. It was very hard, but I just wasn't alone.
Everybody in the building, us as athletic trainers and PTs and what we do, one of the reasons why we do it is to see you guys get back to what you love. I mean, that's, I think the thing that, allows us to come and do our job every day is knowing that we're going to take a situation, an athlete, an individual from a really bad time, in their life, whether it's an ankle injury, a shoulder injury, whatever it may be. But to see, you guys get back out and succeed at the things that you want is I think what means the most to us, without a doubt. And seeing you go do the coin toss that first time back on the field was incredible.
Hoop season is right around the corner for the Cincinnati Bearcats, and we sit down with the women's basketball offensive mind coming up on Bearcats All Access.
This segment is sponsored by Furniture Fair.
If you can believe it, hoop season is almost here, including the UC women's basketball team. We introduce you to Ashley Barlow. She's the heartbeat of the Bearcats offense and the offensive coordinator for UC women's basketball. Previously, she spent 8 years with head coach Katrina Merriweather. Let's get to know Ashley Barlow.
Bearcat fans, what's up? It's AB Stocks. We are joined today with Ashley Barlow, assistant coach and offensive coordinator for your 25-26 UC Bearcats. Hello, Coach Barlow.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here and chatting with us today. So much to pick your brain about.
Oh, man, really? Okay, yeah. Let's get to it.
Well, let's start with overall. You are in your 10th season with Coach Merriweather, your 15th season overall as a coach.
For sure.
Talk to us a little bit about your experiences.
It's been a long ride, honestly. I've always actually wanted to coach. I just didn't know I'd be in it as soon as I was able to get into it. I was actually playing overseas after I got done playing at Notre Dame. And I got a phone call after that season of someone wanting me to be on their staff. And I was like, yeah, why not? It's something I've always wanted to do. So I spent 5 years coaching before I got with Trina. And then obviously I've been with her for the last going into year 10, and it's been amazing. She's awesome. I love her. I've actually known her since I was 8 years old, so she's literally a part of my family.
So, Coach Merriweather, Papa Coach Merriweather.
Papa Coach Merriweather, yes.
Okay. What are some of his coaching traits that you think have now resonated and you see flourishing in Coach Katrina Merriweather?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because when I went on my interview, we actually went into a workout, and I was like, this is literally the stuff that we did when I was 8 years old. So it's literally the fundamentals of the game. So we were working on footwork, inside pivots, we were working on ball handling, working on a way to get your shots off, just literally the fundamentals of the game, and that's literally what we were doing when we were coaching, when we first started, when we were at Wright State.
Part of the student-athlete experience is the student and the academic portion. Talk to us about the players and what they have to do, the commitment it takes for them to be locked in academically.
Well, academically, they do a great job here. Shout out to our fifth floor academic SAS staff that we have here. Shouting out the academics that we did last semester. We had a 3.7 GPA overall for our whole team. Our young ladies, they go into club, is what they call study hall here, every day, getting their work done. Our academic advisor, we call her Murph, makes sure that they get their work done. It's a testament to not only the staff up there, but also our young women who are getting their work done and being able to go home and get stuff done so that when they come back the next day that they can be let out of study hall or club.
Coming up, the Bearcats Spotlight, sponsored by Furniture Fair. I sit down with offensive lineman Evan Tangestal, who's a part of the three-time Big 12 Offensive Line of the Week. That's coming up on Bearcats All Access.
Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultrafiber.
It's time for this week's Bearcat Spotlight, sponsored by Furniture Fair. I sit down with offensive lineman Evan Tangestal, who is a dog for this UC offensive line. The three-time Big 12 Offensive Line of the Week, and Tangestal has been a major key to UC success. You're part of the 3 times in a row Big 12 Offensive Line of the Week. How are you guys clicking so well right now?
We have 3 guys that came back last year. I rotated into 2 starters, Dion and Gavin. We have 2 guys that transferred in pretty early, so we got most of that offseason in with them. So we got to really gel together, work out, go through hardships together, fail, succeed, practice, whether that's making mistakes and stuff like that. So we know each other's in and outs. So we just kind of know how each other, like our strengths and weaknesses, and we kind of play off each other.
So offensive line is 5 people, but at the same time, it feels like it's one position all working together. How much of that unity, that bond, happens off the field?
Oh, we're hanging out all the time off the field. Always at the O-line house, on campus, whether that's going out to eat, hanging out on the weekends, watching football, watching ball. We often call each other, we just have a group chat. It's just 5 is 1.
5 is 1. That's a cool group chat name. Speaking of 1, I guess number 2, heard Brendan Sorsby takes you guys out to Jeff Ruby's every week?
Yeah, every win, yeah.
Oh, it's after a win. Okay.
Gotta win, yeah.
So you guys, I heard, rack up the credit card bill on him there.
So he has to go pay a tax. We keep him safe, you know. He has to pay his dues.
When did you know that you wanted to be an offensive lineman?
So I've played O-line, D-line pretty much my whole life. Everyone's played all type of sports coming all the way up their life. But about in 6th grade, I just said, let's start focusing on football. It's too big for everything else. My dad convinced me to play football. It was just O-line, D-line from there because I was always a bigger kid. I just fell in love with it. Once I got to high school, I just seen that I could really take this somewhere that I didn't think I could go. And I started taking it way more seriously.
From the Dayton area, right?
Yes, sir.
Being able to play football so close to home in college, how did that happen? What does it mean to you?
It means everything to me. My mom went to UC, so she was a big part in that. I traveled all over taking business and stuff, but There's nothing like the culture of here. Obviously, it being so close to home, it already pushed it above all the other schools. But seeing the culture, seeing the guys, I was already friends with some of the players here before I even got here. Even though there was a coaching change, I was still cool with everybody here. The culture is just amazing. Who doesn't love Cincinnati? The city's great.
How did your background shape you into who you are today?
My parents raised me amazing. I had everything I ever wanted. My dad kept me humble. He didn't let me make quick decisions. Like, I committed my sophomore year, but he made me look at all my options, make sure this is exactly what I want. My mom was always there on the emotional side. Dad was too rough. I feel like they did everything they could to make me the best man they possibly could.
Back to football. Final question. This offense seems like it has no hole. How much further do you think this offense can get?
We can go as far as we want to be. We just can't beat ourselves. Got to keep playing clean football. O-line, we just have to keep doing what we're doing. Keep Sorsby, give him time. And he is an NFL quarterback. He can make the plays. We have great wide receivers. If we just stay consistent, stay healthy, I feel like we can go a long way.
It was one of the biggest victories in almost 2 decades for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Relive the Iowa State win and storming of the field on the Clifton Cut. Coming up on Bearcats All Access. Cincinnati coming off of a statement win last Saturday. And it all started with quarterback Brendan Sorsby. 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards of total offense. The ground game, phenomenal. The duo of running backs, Tawee Walker and Evan Pryor, pounding the rock for over 260 yards. Cincinnati had a 31-7 lead and held strong late, including an absolute strike from Brendan Sorsby to Caleb Goody Jr. for an 82-yard game-sealing touchdown. The Bearcats with their biggest win against number 14 Iowa State in nearly 2 decades. You see, they're now 4-1, including 2-0 in Big 12 play. We relive it all with the Clifton Cut.
All right, how we doing, man? Very good. Good, ready to go? Oh, yeah. Okay. We've worked ourselves into this position right here, which is awesome, and with a great opportunity tomorrow to play a really good football team, a team that's used to winning. But what I don't think, they ain't played a team like us yet. They haven't played a team like us. And the thing about it, you know, when you get ready to play games like this right here, you don't have to do anything different. All you have to do is do your job. Here's the trick about it, guys, is that you got to do it for 60 minutes. Everybody doing their job, high level, high intensity, playing your physical football for 60 minutes. It's going to take every bit of it, like it did last week. It's going to take every bit of it. We all know that.
Today at sold-out Nippert Stadium, the UC Bearcats are looking to show that they are ready to contend in the Big 12.
So, yeah, I'm in line with the movement here. I think Cincinnati senses the opportunity of a Iowa State team coming into their house. Scott Satterfield and his staff, they have a chance to record a ranked win.
You ain't got to come from a special place to do special things. We're fortunate we get to be in a special place among special people. It's time to do some special things. It's time now. All the work, it's time now. Man, nothing else, man.
This is our moment. You can feel that. Do your job. One play at a time for 60 minutes to our standard.
Cincinnati hosts undefeated and 14th ranked Iowa State. And it is time for the pigskin to fly here in Clifton.
2 teams playing some very good football to start 2025. For Scott Satterfield, what a start in year number 3.
1st and 10 from the Iowa State 30.
And Pryor a touch and a crease. Pryor with the house call to start. Walker again, punishing finish. Bowls over a Cyclone defender at midfield. The Bearcats have been in the weight room this week, it feels like. Open in the flat, Sorsby the other way. Passes Concho Royer to the end zone. And a hop, skip, and a jump.
When you need him most, number 11 for Cincinnati is going to get it done.
Isaiah Johnson goes in motion. Johnson to the edge. Isaiah Johnson inside the 15. Another touch. Pryor cuts it back against the grain into the end zone. Yes! Sorsby will keep it into the end zone. He'll high step in for the score.
It's got to be the mindset. Turning point of the game right now. Let's go.
Trying to melt this clock down. Sorsby wants it now. Has a man and is hauled in. Caleb Goody racing to the end zone.
Clock is at 0. Kramer runs out of bounds, and the Bearcats are victorious. The student section comes pouring out onto the field here at Nippert Stadium. It is not an upset. As Cincinnati knocks off undefeated 14th ranked Iowa State by the final score of 38-30.
That's about all the time we have this week on Bearcats All Access. Cincinnati getting ready to take on UCF, hoping to advance to 3-0 in Big 12 play and 5-1 overall. Cincinnati already received votes to be in the top 25. You got to imagine a win might just crack that. Thanks so much for tuning in, and make sure to check us out every single week, 11:30 a.m. Saturday mornings. Bearcats All Access only on WCPO 9.